So we got one solution to the pulley problem that we were having in the last video. So as you can tell, we have a slightly smaller diameter pulley. So this is 300/130. This is a Dorman guy. It comes off like a Buick LeSabre or something, 3.8 liter V6. And a lot of people that have been running undersized pulleys for this issue go to this one because this one is just a little bit smaller than the OEM one. So you don't really get the overdrive of the power steering pump. And I'm not going to be revving this thing super high to begin with, so this is just kind of like a little bit of a band-aid fix so I can drive this thing to the shop to get it all sorted out. So I'm going to throw this guy on. It was a pain in the ass to get this guy back off, but get this on there. And then we have new shocks to put in the rear. We have a new side marker because mine fell off my truck. What else do we have? I think that's about it. Oh, and then we have a new rear leaf mount. This guy, because the driver's side one on my truck, I broke the bolt and I'm too lazy to just do the replacement for the bolt. So I'm gonna put that all on and then we're gonna drive it to the shop and hopefully this thing is gonna rev above 1500 RPM today and then we'll have a functioning LS swap. We have got the new power steering pulley onto the pump. It fits. The clearance is very tight. It's all lined up and everything now, so it's gonna work. However, we have a new problem, and that is the fact that the bolts that originally came with the ICT billet bracket do not fit very well behind the pulley, so I've had to order smaller hex-headed bolts to do that. So we're waiting for those to show up, and I had to pull the fan out to kind of do some adjusting and some testing and everything. So that'll be sorted very, very shortly. And then everything else in the engine bay is pretty much done at this point. We might do a different water pump at some point just to relocate this. We can put an actual intake on the truck. Oh, actually, I did break the serpentine belt tensioner, so we did order a new one of those. It'll be here the same time that the bolts are. We do have the suspension and everything. I was gonna do that the other day as well, and then I went to take the passenger side off and I broke the stud on the leaf plate. So I had to order a new leaf plate for the passenger side as well. So we're gonna have brand new leaf plates on both sides. We have the new U-bolts that are in there that are a little bit surface rusty right now that we're gonna refinish when we pull this all apart. New struts are gonna go in, and then I've also ordered lowering leaves as well. And then along with that, we have the drop spindles for the front that will be going in, so the truck is gonna be another 3 inches lower all around. So instead of having this ginormous monster truck setup that we have in the front, it should sit probably about there and it'll look really, really good. So yeah, and then we're gonna do a little bit of cab refinishing. We're gonna polish everything. We have some spots up on the top here that the clear coat is peeling, so we're going to sand all that down, do a blender spray, and then clear coat that so that it all kind of looks good. A little bit of rust repair up in some certain spots.
Several days later.
Okay, so we've got the power steering pump is now spaced and everything. So hopefully it'll now fit in the engine bay. Let me get it on down in there. Power steering pump back in, spaced, all aligned with the other pulleys finally. I'll put a link and all the information for what pulley this is that's on the power steering pump now, because I know there's a lot of guys in the forums that say if you put a power steering pulley, like a size reduction on it, it burns out the pumps. So this one is actually the smallest difference between factory and a different size one. So I'll put a link and like all the part numbers and stuff for that in the description. The power steering's all hooked up, got the fans and everything all back together, and we're just waiting for the belt tensioner and stuff now, and then we're gonna take it to the shop. We basically have nothing else left to do on this other than the interior stuff, new windshield, and then kind of like fix it up, and then we'll see what this thing can do. I'm really excited for it. But all right, so we're gonna pull the leaf spring plates off and finally replace them with the new ones here. So these guys, we have to bore out the holes a little bit because the axle is bigger than the factory 8 bolt or 10 bolt or whatever was on the truck, because it is the Ford 8.8 now, and the U-bolts are a little bit farther apart. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna jack the truck up, pull those off, do some grinding, and and hopefully have suspension in the truck today. And then I'm just waiting for the belt tensioner for up in the engine, and then it's pretty much ready to rock and roll and go to the shop. So let's get that going, and hopefully we can get that done pretty quick, because I also have to go pick up a fuel pump module for the TT today so that we can start getting ready for drag races. So we're going from this to that, brand new, and then see how these holes are a little bit elongated, so we have to do that with this one as well. There we go, one side done. All right, so we got the box thrown back on now. We're gonna take the truck out to go get the tune finish and the crank position relearn done. Everything in the engine bay is basically complete at this point. So now all we've basically got left is just cosmetic stuff. So this is where I'm gonna end it today. I'm actually just about to drive it to the shop, so we'll get a video of that, because I feel like this is going to be like a whole other ordeal to get it to the shop. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for checking out the Sonoma build. I do have more videos of the TT coming soon, as I did just buy a PM4 fuel pump control module. So we're going to be going stage 2 plus on top of that as well with the high pressure fuel pump insert. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. I will see you in the next video.